Okay, hi guys. So, a couple things happened this batch. I've been bad about doing it every week. It's been nuts with everything going on. So I did fall off the wagon a little bit. Not bad. I made sure that I wasn't going. I was still in a calorie deficit every day. It's just the holidays, and honestly, it's just depression has kind of settled in. The winter depression that I've been dealing with. Um, but I'm motivated to get back on track to where I need to be. Um, Luckily, it hasn't shown much. One good thing is my son is expressing interest because he's been watching these shows about like 600, 700, 800 pound people and stuff. I don't want to get like that. I don't want to get like that. So yeah, so that's been a thing. Um, so and tonight I had a bag of steamed broccoli with three, almost a pound of chicken, which for somebody my size is pretty moderate. Um, I've been trying to make better choices. I didn't get to chance to work out this week either, which is really sad. I just it's no one's fault but my own. My mental fragility is just it's hard right now, and with the gym closing at like 5 o'clock on the weekends, it makes it pretty tough. And juggling the kids and everything going on that I'm doing in World of Warcraft, and then all these things that I'm trying to do. And honestly, at this point, it's just excuses. I need to just do it. I just haven't. So I'm hoping this week I can get back on track to where I need to be. Uh, but I have a meal plan that I'm going to stick to. Um, and I plan on doing that consistently. Even if I don't work out all the time, at least I can eat right. And, that's way more important than exercises anyway. Exercise is important, but it's not only thing that's important, and eating right is the much bigger victory here. So that's what's going on with weight loss. Let's see. World of Warcraft. So it's been interesting. I don't know if anybody's even going to watch this or care, but this is what happened. I was in a guild that I actually really liked for the most part. Progression was doing well and all that. Um, Problem was that there, and like always with these situations, every time there's like a leadership role where there's a married couple, it gets dicey. I don't care who you are, I don't care what you say, it does 99% of the time. There are a few instances where it doesn't, but those are few and far between. Um, so the problem wasn't the guild leader, who was the raid leader of the raid team I was on. It was actually the other team. So the other team was far less progressed than we were. They struggled a lot harder to get to where we were. I think that team made it to 6 of 10 heroic, which is actually pretty good. But there's more to the game than progression. So it was they do these alt runs on Sundays, and they like, oh hey, were you planning on coming to the alt run? And I was like, I guess I'll go and help. I didn't need any gear. I was already saved to normal. And the wife of the other team's raid is just fucking terrible, and she's a bad player, like straight up, just terrible at the game. And every time I would go to soak something, she's like, "Oh, I got this. You can move." It's like I'm in the middle of my fucking DPS rotation. You're gonna tell me to move when I'm already doing a mechanic? Fuck off. Like, all I said was, "God, you always do that," and that's all I said. Didn't yell at her. Didn't call her names. Didn't fucking make a big huff. I didn't say anything else about it. That was it. And as a result, the guild leader is like, I really don't appreciate you saying that. And it was, you could tell he was like babying them. Because you could tell that the husband got all butthurt and pissy about it, and he was defending his other raid leader, which is fine. I said that's fine, dude. I'll leave and it'll be the end of it. It's fine. I'm not gonna deal with drama. And it was stupid. And I'm not the only one who went through that. There was another guy who played a shadow priest, and he literally stopped raiding because he didn't want to deal with that husband wife pandering bullshit. So I ended up leaving that guild and going back to a guild I raided with in BFA, and it's fine. I'm fine with it. They're not. I don't think they're as serious, and they're definitely not as progressed, but I'm okay with that. Progression is not. I mean, as long as I hit ahead of the curve before the end of the tier, I don't really care. Whatever. I enjoy raiding, regardless of. Raiding to me is more than just killing bosses. It's overcoming the challenge and then killing the boss, and playing with people you like to play with. So I didn't spend that much time in WoW this week, really at all. I did raid. I did my 4 mythic dungeons, and then I was done in the game. Like I before tonight, I hadn't logged in like 4 days. I had no point. I had nothing to do. I hadn't logged in since Thursday, which is fine. And that's how I played in what is it? Warlords of Draenor too. I was fine with it. I get in, I do my shit that I need to do for the week. Finally finished Torghast, so I don't gotta fuck with that shit no more. I got my legendary to rank 4. I have no intention of doing Torghast until they release another patch with a whole bunch of other batch of soul ash that I'm gonna have to farm. I have no interest in fucking Torghast. I hate it. If Binding of Isaac plays like Torghast, I would never play that game ever. Let's see. So yeah, I didn't spend a lot of time. WoW. Actually, played some. So we played some other games, which was great. And we worked on our Dungeons and Dragons stuff. So, me and Danny have that coming up, which is going to be super fun. I am really, really more excited for D&D than I am any video games I'm playing right now, which is awesome. Actually ended up picking up a PS5 controller because I had tested the Xbox One controller, and it was fine for what it was. But I had heard really good things about the PS5 controller, so I wanted to test it out. So this is the controller I ended up going with, right? And here is, let me see if I can get one of my PS4 controllers for comparison. So this one is hang on, I gotta rearrange how I'm fucking doing this. Hang on. Alright, so this is the PS4 controller, and this is the PS5 controller. I'm trying to get it side by side. Pretty close to the same size, honestly. But one thing I will say about this one is the D-pad is nice. I really enjoyed the D-pad is nice and responsive, and it's smooth. So I ended up getting an OEM one at Best Buy because they had it on sale. I was there buying Duster for my computer. So yeah, I was happy with the PS5 controller. It's dope. The worst part, I guess, would be that you have to use software to use it on a PC correctly. But, I mean, it's just one piece of software. It's not a big deal. I wish Sony would release some drivers for PC. But, it's Sony, so they're probably not going to do that. They're really, 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 really don't like people using their stuff for anything that isn't on the PlayStation. And it is what it is. I still can't see myself buying a PS5 anytime soon. Not really a reason to. There's nothing out that you need to buy it for. I think it has like 2 exclusive games right now. I mean, you can count Spider-Man and stuff, but that's on PS4 too. If it's on PS4 and PS5, you can't count it as an exclusive. I'm sorry, you can't. That's not how it works. Because if they're out on PS4 and PS5, they're not optimized for PS5. They're optimized for PS4 because they have to. So, And these next gen consoles run around talking about like high end ray tracing at like 120 FPS. There's no way. Doesn't work that way. It's mechanically, if you look at the hardware that's in it, it's not possible to run these things at that high of a frame rate without sacrificing something. The field of depth is going to be reduced. The view distance will be going to be reduced. The anti-aliasing is going to be reduced. Something is going to happen where it's not going to be that PC experience on console like they were touting. But it's cool. If you're only a console gamer, it's a solid buy, but not at $1,200, $1,300, $1,500. Just wait. There's no reason to rush out right now. None. We will get them available eventually. We will have them available eventually. PS3 went through the same thing. PS2 went through the same thing. PS4, I didn't buy it at launch, so I don't really know. So, new PC hardware just keeps coming out like every other day. Intel's getting ready to release their new processors. I have no intention of buying anything for my computer in the next 5 years, so I don't care who's releasing what. But I ended up finishing Evil Within 2. I had already beaten that game on PS4, but I wanted to get all the achievements, so I think I got like 75% of them. I'm telling you, that is probably the best horror game I've played in a very long time. Better than Resident Evil 7, by far. It's long. If you do all the side quests and you go and hunt for everything, that game is going to take you like 12, 13 hours to finish. Which is awesome. Right? It's probably... I would be really sad if Bethesda doesn't make another one. It would suck really bad. I would not mind a remaster for the first one either. That would be good if they would remaster the first one, because I had never played the first one. I actually bought it on Steam. I'm like, holy shit, this game looks like shit. It looks terrible. Like, I would not mind a remaster of Evil Within. So, I'm just going playing fun shit on Steam and stuff. I don't care about WoW's progression right now. Not really. I like to raid, and I will log on to raid, and I will do that stuff, but I'm not going to overextend. I'm not going to play the game all week or anything like that. I'll do my 4 mythic dungeons for the week, call it a day. I don't have it in me to do 10. Just don't. It's such a grueling process to plug them. I don't like it. It's not fun. It's not fun to push keys. It's not fun to do any of that shit. I do it to just get my item level up. That's it. I don't care. If I can get my item level like 220, I will be perfectly content with that, because I don't care about anything else beyond that. Okay, so that's gaming, workout stuff. We did finally get our stimulus check, which was hilarious. Like, took so long. Fortunately, our home, we weren't in a position where we needed it. It was, for us, it's just gravy on top of everything else. We're like, okay, we can pay some extra credit cards or whatever, and that was it. I don't ever want to bring up politics in these things, but I do have to say I am deeply sorry for everybody who got hurt during the riots at the Capitol. Regardless if you're left, right, center, back, it doesn't matter to me. I don't care. I'm not a big fan of Republican policies, but even the supporters who got hurt, come on, guys. Like, that was such a stupid thing. What did you think was going to happen? That they were going to be like, oh, we concede, we give up. We'll give in to your demands. They're not going to give in to your demands. The only thing that what ended up happening is what happened. 4 Trump supporters lost their lives and 1 policeman. And it's just really sad to see somebody lose their life over someone else's policies. You know? Nobody believes every single thing a politician says. I mean, all politicians lie. They all do. It's not news. This has been a thing forever and ever and ever. Since there was politicians, they've been lying to each other for millennia. There's nothing new here. Nothing Nothing changing. Just have more respect for your lives than to throw them away for something this stupid. I mean, oh my God. Imagine that cop's wife or husband, kids. God, just to know that your kid's father is never coming home again because some presidential regime is coming to an end. It's so sad to me. That's terrible. And the cop was just doing his job. And no matter what people say, we didn't see this kind of shit with Black Lives Matter. If this was a Black Lives Matter riot, I'll tell you right now, tear gas would have been fucking thrown out. Like, those support, there'd be a lot more casualties than four, for sure. So, if you ever think racism doesn't exist, I guarantee you it fucking exists. It's clear as day. There is a clear precedent, and I mean, my mom hated white people because we're Native American. I don't harbor any hatred towards anybody of color or creed, but racism definitely is here, and it's not going anywhere anytime soon. As sad as that is. So, all right, guys. Well, I will try to update next week or in 2 weeks. I might make this just an every other week update thing. But yeah, thanks for watching, and I will see you guys next time. I'm not sure when that's gonna be.